Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. Today I am excited because I'm going to be doing a fall tutorial, a fall look tutorial. So we've got it going on here. I know that it's only August, but I'm already excited for fall. Today is a little cloudy. It's still warm here in California, but we've got kind of that monsoon weather. And so I was just feeling it this morning. And so I thought I would come on and do this tutorial. I'm going to do a voiceover so you can kind of really see and hear about the products that I'm using. So yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, please continue on. And if you're new here, thank you so much for coming. I hope that you would choose to subscribe down below and click that notification bell. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. Alright, so I'm going to get started with my eyes. I'm going to be starting with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I'm going to actually prime my eyes with that before I do eyeshadow. I'll clean up the face later. So as you can see here, I'm just placing the paint pot on my eyelid. And I'm going to just blend it out here on my eye. And then when I'm done, I'll be using powder to kind of set my eyes. And I like to just cover the whole eyelid over to the sides. Usually I'll use my finger just to kind of clean it up. And now I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me powder with a powder brush and just kind of go over my eyes with that to get it set and ready for eyeshadow. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to start with is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Divine Neutrals palette. I'm going to go in the crease with Just Barely. And I'm just going to slowly and just barely put that in the crease. So as you can see, I'm using just a nice fluffy brush here. This actually came in my Cinderella palette from Sigma. I fell in love with this brush, and so I use it now every single time I do my eyes for my transition shade. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go into Good Vibes and darken it up a little bit. So as you can see, I'm going a little bit lower in my crease and blending that out. And now I'm going to go to the other eye and do the same, just kind of adding some dimension to my eyes. As you can see, it is pretty, there's a lot of kickback coming from the palette. That's how good this camera is. But I don't mind it too much because I just love these colors and they blend really well. Alright, so next I'm going to go even darker with this color Booked with the flat part of the brush, and now I'm going to go ahead and place it all over the lid. And that's why I decided to do my eyeshadow first, because as you'll start to see, especially with these dark colors, they spill down onto your face. And so I like to, when I'm using these dark colors, just go ahead and put them on first and then do my face later. I really love this color. It's like a red brick brown, and I just absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite colors in the palette, next to the two colors that are next to it. So as you can see, I'm going to continue to place this on the lid, and then I will go back in with the blending brush and kind of blend it out. As you can see, I'm just not putting anything else on the brush and trying to blend it until there is no lines. Now I'm going to go in and mix these two shades, which is Boo Bear and Cinnamon Roll. And now I'm going to put those on the lid, and I'm going to go a little bit darker. I really love these fall looks, and I usually typically try to do it when I'm wearing dark colors, hence why I am wearing my leopard shirt. But although these are dark browns, they really blend well, and you guys will see as I go in to blend it out. So I'm just adding a little bit more just because after a while of blending, it starts to kind of blend away. And then now I'm going to go ahead and just try to get out all those harsh lines. And what I'm going to do next is actually jump into another palette, and you'll see in a minute, because I want to get a little bit more orange in the crease. I want a little bit more of that pumpkin orangey look. So I'm going to go in with the LA Girl palette. This is Keep It Playful eye palette, and I'm going to go in with that orangey shade right there and put it in the crease above those dark colors. There we go. Yeah, that is what I was looking for. Just a little bit more of an orangey look to add to this fall matte makeup look. So I'm just continuing to blend it out. And it's really hard to see if it's blending, and so I'm just going to add some more of the dark color because I feel like it's blending away as I go. And you'll notice that with darker colors, you're going to have to do that every so often. Blend and then add more, so that way you don't lose that texture. And then I just need to soften it up a little bit. Alright guys, now it's time for the face. I'm going to be prepping my skin with the Lumi Glotion by L'Oreal. I really, really love this. This is actually a highlighter. You can use it under your makeup or you can use it over as a highlight. But because I have super dry skin, I'm going to go ahead and put it under my foundation. So I'm just spreading it out with my fingers across my whole face. And then now I'm going to go ahead and clean my hands because now I'm going to jump in with foundation. So next I'm going to be using the True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Makeup by L'Oreal. And I'm in color W3, which is nude beige. I'm just going to use my sponge. This is my e.l.f. sponge to apply it to the skin. I prefer a sponge. I feel like when I use a brush, it looks very cakey and it just doesn't blend well. And so that is why I use a blending brush. As you'll start to see at the end, I feel like it just really melts into the skin, especially for me, and it's probably the type of skin that I have. Look at that glow. So if you want glowy skin, mix the L'Oreal Lumi Lotion or Glotion and the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. So now I'm going in with concealer. I use two colors, which you'll see in a minute, but they're both the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And here's the other color. The reason why is because I'm tan right now, so I have to mix the two colors. One's too dark, one's too light. So I'm just adding each of them. And then I'm going to do the same thing as I did with foundation, is I'm just going to blend it out all over the face. I really love this this concealer, sorry guys, because it is very luminous as well, but it also like sets the face. As you can see, my face is very bright and it just kind of melts into my skin. I've never tried the Tarte Shape Tape, but I've heard that this is very comparable to that. It's got the same wand and everything. Alright, so next I am going to go in with my powder and just kind of set that concealer so that it doesn't crease with that same powder I used earlier. And funny thing guys, I'm seeing this now because, like I mentioned, I'm doing a voiceover and I'm noticing that I didn't clean up the eyeshadow in my inner corner very well. So apologize for that, but I don't know, I feel like in the end my makeup still looks good. So now I'm going in to set the whole face with my Hourglass powder. And I really love this one too because it is very luminous as well, and it really fills in my pores. I mean, look at my face now, like it looks flawless and you cannot see my pores at all. I just absolutely love how it looks with that foundation. So I'm going to bronze up the skin with my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. I always use a cream bronzer first and then I'll go in with a powder bronzer. But I'm going to go ahead and bronze the cheekbones first and then I'll blend it out in a minute. So I pretty much just put it all over in my contour areas, on my nose and under my chin. And when I'm using a cream contour or a cream bronzer, I really like to use my fingers to blend it out, as you can see here. I feel like it does a better job than a brush. And now I'm going to blend under my chin and add that contour there. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Duo Ended Brush to blend it out. This is my favorite brush for blending out cream bronzer. As you can see, it just really melted into the skin. I love the way it looks, and I love this bronzer. I mean, you guys, this bronzer I think was like anywhere between $6 and $10, and it looks like a high-end bronzer. I love it. So now I'm going in with my Hourglass bronzer, and just checking it out right now. Radiant Bronze Light, and just adding a little bit more bronze to the skin. Sorry about my lighting, you guys. I realized that because I'm using a computer right by where I'm doing my makeup, the computer went off and back on. So now I'm putting blush on, and I'm using the Baked Blushes by Milani in Dolce Pink. This is one of my favorite blushes. It's got like a pink and peach undertone. I just really love the way it is on the skin. So now I'm going to finish up the eyes. I'm going to go in with my my NYX Epic ink liner. This is my favorite black eyeliner that I use to make a wing. And forgive me, you guys, because I am not good at doing my wings on camera, but I'm doing it anyways for you guys. I thought it might be entertainment watching me mess up on my winged liner. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always have an eye that is just harder to do. That right eye always goes well. My left eye is what I struggle with, as you're gonna see here. I'm really having a hard time putting it on, and I'm gonna end up looking in my other mirror because it's just impossible. So I'm moving on to my other mirror. Sorry, you guys won't be able to see, but at least you can see in the corner, which I think is super important, especially when doing a winged liner. See how much better that worked with the other mirror. I'm also noticing here too that I didn't blend out my bronzer all the way on the right side of my face. Note to self to check that later. And it's really hard sometimes when you're filming with your camera. The lighting is just so different when you're filming than after. Sometimes you catch those things too late. So for mascara, I'm actually using the Essence Lash Princess. This is the one, it's blue, and it's the false lash effect mascara. This one and the green one are also, these are my two favorite mascaras. I already have pretty, as you guys can see, I have pretty decent eyelashes. They're already pretty long. I do like to add fake lashes sometimes, but today I'm just going with my own lashes because this mascara does the trick, as you can see. I usually have to do 2 or 3 coats to kind of get it to where I want to be. So there's my 3rd coat on this eye. And back to the other one. I just love like lots of mascara. Alright, so next I'm going to highlight the skin with my ColourPop Super Shock Cheek highlighter in the color Wisp. This is just a Morphe highlighting brush. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the cheeks. Isn't that a beautiful color? It even looks better on camera than it does in the mirror for me. As you can see, I kind of just like blend out my cheeks with my finger a little bit, and instead of putting like an actual shadow on my brow bone, I just kind of go over my brow bone with the highlight, as you can see. And I just really love the way that that looks. All right, and then I realized I forgot to put mascara on my bottom lashes, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, guys, that's the finished look. I'm gonna go ahead and go off camera and grab my lipstick and come on back. All right, now I'm gonna do my lips. I'm going in with NYX lip liner in the color Cold Brew, and I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. This is my favorite lip liner from NYX. I just love, love, love browns. Fall colors are like my favorite, and even when it comes to lipstick. I just feel like with my skin tone and my eyes, the darker brown colors just seem to stand out more. I'm just going ahead and filling in my whole lips with it. And then I'm going to go in with this NARS lipstick, and it came in a BoxyCharm, so it doesn't even have a name on it. I'm just going to kind of go over it. As you can see, I didn't fill in my lips all the way with the pencil because I was going to add the lipstick, and then that's the finished look.